طيب، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا فيكم جميعا في الويبينار المخصص من شركة أنظمة رام بالتعاون مع شركة ZW للتعريف ببرنامج ZWCAD. Today we're going to speak in English because the technical session will be presented in English. So I would like to welcome everyone for attending this session. And it is our pleasure to give you a quick brief about the new product that produced by ZWSoft, which is the ZWCAD 2023, which has unique features that can enhance your business and your performance for when you are trying to produce a CAD file or a drawing for engineering purposes and construction. So I would like to welcome everyone, and I would like to give a quick brief about CRAM System Company. So in this profile, RAM System Company is a company that enhancing capability development as a consultant to enable our clients for to adopt the industry for technologies really from software and hardware and other elements through providing them development and consultation and training. Okay, next please. Okay, so our vision is to be a prime strategic partner to develop industrial engineering capability to benefit from the system and technology of the fourth revolution industry within Saudi Arabia. Okay, so we would like to now, just for saving the time, I would like to invite Mr. Radwan Al-Jarrah, the country manager for ZWSoft, to give us a quick brief about ZWSoft and their vision to support Saudi industry. Welcome, Mr. Radwan.
Thank you for the introduction, Engineer Raed. Thank you for sharing with us the vision and the mission and the capabilities of RAM systems. I am Radwan Al-Jarrah. I am the country manager for ZWSoft in Saudi Arabia, and I will be sharing my quick presentation with you at the moment. Just a moment, please. I would like to ask everybody if you are able to see the presentation.
Yes, we can see.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Radwan. I'm the country manager for ZWSoft in Saudi Arabia. ZWSoft is a Chinese-based company, and it's been in the market of CAD solutions since 24 years. And during the years of 1998, 1999, the company was founded and existing. During the 2002 until 2010, they were focusing on China, and they started to look at the overseas markets and would focus on educational market within China itself. In 2010, the company acquired a 3D technology for CAD and CAM, which is ZW3D, and enhanced this product by adding an engine for CAD capabilities to the CAM industry. In 2018, the company developed a simulation software called ZWSim, and it's been in the market since then. The good news of the company started in 2021 when the government invested in the company, and they start to be publicly traded shares, and it is considered one of the unique companies in the CAD industry, in the engineering and architectural industry in China, to be as an IPO or a publicly traded shared company. That meant more expenditure for development, more expenditure for expansion the business worldwide, and of course, more enhancing on all the products platforms, which we will be covering shortly. A quick overview of the company. At the moment, it's more than 20 years in the CAD CAM business, 16 languages supported by the product, by the softwares, 9 official branches, and during the past 6 months to 1 year, the company established the UAE office, and we are in the process of establishing the Saudi Arabia office with full operations, just to go along with the vision of 2030 of having our regional headquarters in Riyadh. At the moment, also, we are working through our channel partners in 300 countries, so 300 partners in the past 20 years. These partner chain or partner ecosystem was developed, covering at the moment almost 95 countries worldwide. Again, 1,800 staff. Out of them, there is 50% or almost 900 employees. They are only doing research and development to develop our products. They are in the R&D development offices. At the moment, also, we are more than 900,000 users worldwide. We are considered to be the biggest engineering software company in China, and one of 6 companies who owns the geometry kernel for developing CAD and 3D modeling tools for the engineering industry. The other 5 companies are Siemens, Autodesk, Bentley, Tekla, and other products. So we are one of the developers, original developers of the CAD solution. As mentioned, there are 6 R&D centers at the moment. 30% of our income is reinvested into R&D. And at the moment, as I said, it's more than 900 engineers. 17 out of them are PhD holders or engineering doctors, which they are contributing to our research and development in the CAD and 3D modeling tools. At the moment, we have 3 products that's been introduced commercially to our markets. The ZWCAD, which we will be talking about it today with focus. And there is the ZW3D, which is more into the CAD industry. And it is a full-fledged CAM and CAD solution in one software. Then we have the ZWSim. It's the simulation product for different industries, including the manufacturing and AEC, architectural engineering and construction. Down the road, we have a project called Wukong. This project is focusing into introducing building information modeling platform. And this platform will include the 3D capabilities of design and the 2D as well. That will be our next generation. It will cater for a full-fledged scale in the architectural engineering and construction, along with the manufacturing industry as well. So it's going to be a comprehensive 3D modeling platform, including BIM. We have some customer stories that we would like to share with you in the Middle East. This is some of our, a small portion of our main customers in general GCC countries, including Saudi Arabia. And if you can see on the left side of the slide, there is Al Zamil Group, which contains of Al Zamil Industries, Al Zamil Steel, and Al Zamil Architecture. Al Zamil, one of the companies that they have shifted almost the entire CAD systems into ZW soft products, ZWCAD. And at the moment, they have more than 650 licenses, operational, all of them. On the right side of the presentation of the slide, you will see the Diriyah Gate Development Authority, who are using our platform from ZWCAD. And there is below that the Isam Kabani group of companies and construction companies. They are also shifting into ZW soft products. Along with that, you can also see some names like Nisma Industries, Rawabi Holding, the Saudi Airline Catering, the General Authority of Civil Aviation. All these happy customers are customers currently, and the list is bigger and bigger, and we will be sharing that with you shortly. One of the success stories, this is Green Scope Steel Industries. This is a company in UAE, in Ras Al Khaimah. They have also shifted their entire CAD capabilities or CAD solutions into ZWCAD. They have used it and they have benefited from it from different angles in terms of licensing type and the product capability itself. This is Al-Zamil Group, as we mentioned, different entities of Al-Zamil, and they have more than 650 licenses, which they are using efficiently. In general, and my colleague Karen will continue on explaining all these benefits from ZWCAD, but we can go roughly and saying that it is highly compatible with DWG and DWF format and AutoCAD-like user interface, meaning we look much alike the AutoCAD interface in terms of the layout, ribbons, the commands, features, all these. Then we have innovative features that's added on our product, which is not available in any other CAD products. We have stable and fast product with a very precise performance, catering with lots of big files, and they are used in a fast manner with ZWCAD. The licensing option that we have, it is a perpetual license, which means there is no subscription. You can use the license as long as you want, and the upgrade and yearly maintenance is optional. On the other hand, we have a very wide range of accepting APIs compatible with most of existing APIs, and we have an open channels when any third-party developers would like to connect with our softwares. We have no issues with that kind of compatibility. We have, as said, local support in Saudi Arabia and UAE, and we could be reached by email, by phone, or we have our team through our partner RAM systems to be at site for your support. By this, I conclude my quick presentation about ZWSoft, and I will leave the floor to my colleague, Karen, the Regional Technical Director. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Radwan. Thank you so much for the presentation. If you can allow me to share the screen.
Sure.
Okay, is the presentation visible to you, Radwan, if you can confirm?
Yes, it is, Karen. Go ahead.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome you all in the technical demo of our product ZWCAD. You heard about our partner RAM system, and you heard about our company ZWSoft. And now it's my turn to show you the actual product, which is the ZWCAD. And as of now, the most recent version or the latest version is 2023 Service Pack 2. And I would present few slides which I have prepared for you guys, and then we'll jump to the software and see how the actual software perform in the real-time scenario. And if you have any question, feel free to type in the chat box, or if you wanted to ask personally, you can do that as well. And I will I'll try to answer your question during the presentation and after the presentation as well. So do not hesitate. So my presentation is divided into few segments. I will talk about the compatibility of our product with the DWG file format, because our product is a 2D CAD based program. So the compatibility with DWG file format is a must. Then I'll talk about some new features which we have introduced in our recent versions, some improvements from the previous one, and I'll talk about the innovation area where we have few tools, few unique tools, which are only available in our program, which makes our program even more interesting in use and even more productive when it comes to the real life scenario. And some value addition tool, and followed by the Q&A. Again, if you have any question, feel free to interrupt and you can ask the question. Let's make the session interactive. So let's talk about the compatibility. When we talk about any 2D CAD program, the compatibility means that you have the ZWCAD file format, or if I frankly speak, that the AutoCAD file. So the first question that comes into your mind, that if I have AutoCAD file and if I open it in your program ZWCAD and then go back to the AutoCAD, what will happen? The straightaway answer is nothing. You can open the file in DWG file in ZWCAD and in AutoCAD or in any other CAD program without the loss of any data, because the reason our program ZWCAD is natively built on the DWG file format. So not only this is how it looks like, the interface, we have the most advanced ribbon-based interface where you will find all the tab panels and the tools. Or if you are a fan of the classic interface, we have preserved the classic interface as well for you. And coming back to the DWG file format, you can not only start a DWG file format from scratch, the DWT, the template file or the standard file. You can open the file format DWG, DXF, or the 3D DWF, for the normal DWF for that matter, which is a preferred file format for the submittals, especially when it comes to the municipality or the government. They like to have the file in the DWF. So you can convert, open, save in the DWG file format. When it comes to the saving, sometimes you might get a request that I have an older version of AutoCAD or older version of the ZWCAD. So you can certainly save the file in the lower version as well. So for example, if you save the file in 2010, so anyone with 2010 and upward can open the file without the loss of data. So we have preserved all the previous file formats as well. Not only opening, saving, and closing the file, you can actually import a variety of file format as well. PDF, which is one of the very popular file format. You can import DGN from the MicroStation data, and the IFC file format. IFC file format is basically the BIM data. So if you have a requirement where you have to bring in the BIM data, you can just request the IFC file, and you can bring it in the ZWCAD without the loss of any data. So you are, kind of BIM participant in a way. And you can send out the file into the DWF, which is a very preferred file format for the submittal, DGN, the MicroStation data.
Mr. Karan, we have a question in the chat. If you can check.
Please go on.
It
Please.
says, what makes your program faster than AutoCAD?
Wonderful question, and thank you for asking. I think Mr. Ridwan touched on this topic a little bit, that we own our the Gematica kernel. So we have built the program from scratch. So we decided to keep the entire package very small. It is under 600 MB as of now. So the entire package of our program is only 600 MB compared to AutoCAD, which is almost 8 GB in size. That's a huge size. So that makes our program faster. Second, the engine. So the engine we are using is most advanced and capable with the latest technology. Autodesk is using the same engine which they were using in for many years from now. So that's a couple of reasons which I can add here, which makes our program much faster. Second, if I have to go a little bit more into the depth, our program is capable of using the parallel computing. Means if you have multi-core processor, the software runs even faster, compared to the other programs. So that's a little bit. I hope that answers the question. If yes, can I proceed?
Yeah, yes, you can.
All right, thank you so much. So I was talking about the API connectivity. So a lot of CAD users, they have their favorite Lisp routine. So there is no, loss of data here as well. On a very few occasions, few Lisp files are dedicatedly meant to work on a specific version. So in that area also we can help you. But in a general manner, you can use your existing Lisp routines in our program. You can open the file and whatever shortcuts you have, you can use it. And the if you know about the FAS files, we have a converter available which makes that FSA file works on ZWCAD as well. So we are an open API. Even if you are have a little bit programming background, you can use the VBM manager and you can customize the software as you want. Sorry, is there any question?
No question.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right. Okay. So the CAD user, they always prefer to use the shortcut from the keyboard instead of clicking here and there with the mouse. So we have preserved all the favorite commands which any CAD user can use it, and you can assign your favorite shortcuts to your commands. And if you have a little bit of the programming side, you can actually get into the CUI and you can customize the program as you want. So we are open API software. If you have the know-how to customize it, you are most welcome to do it. But out of the box, it is ready to use. Now, all those things, when you have the compatibility, you can open all the files. You have API compatibility. That means there is no relearning cost involved in this one. So you really don't need to sit back for like a week or two to learn a software and then practice on the software, run a pilot project, send it for submittal. If it is approved, then you start using it. This is out of the box. You just install it, and maybe you will take first hour just to get yourself familiar with this one, and you can start using it immediately. So there is no learning cost. So there is, from the both side, from the user side, you don't need to learn anything new. Whatever knowledge you have possessed, you can use it and start using it. From the management point of view, they don't have to spend extra cost, and they don't need keep the users on a separate project just so that they can learn and come back to work and start using it. So it goes both ways. And this is the head-to-head comparison with AutoCAD. But this is functionality to functionality. Few commands here and there you will find different. So for that we have command editor. You can go there and see the command's name and the shortcut. But as a functionality, whatever functionality you will find in AutoCAD, you will find it in our program ZWCAD, plus some innovation which we are spending a lot of time and effort to produce this smart series, which I will show you in a minute in the live demo. And this is what Mr. Dhawan mentioned, that we are the part of our organization called ODA. They are the people who are responsible to create SDK, which is software development kit, to build a software which can read and write DWG file format. So we have all the resources, all the authority to build a software in a way we want, basically in a way the user can use it instantly. Okay. Now, before I jump into the further into the presentation, I have a question, and anyone can answer it. Having all those things, that similar software, similar capability as AutoCAD, it looks the same, everything the same. Do you really think, and the learning cost and everything, do you really think that this is enough for you to work on this software, or is there anything else do you think that should be there? Not only that it looks like the same, it has all the commands. If anyone would like to add something here, is it enough for something to look exactly the same? If it's sufficient, or do you think there is something more than that should be there in the program?
Mr. Farhan, if you allow me to answer, I think AutoCAD is a good program, but ZWCAD can do better things. For example, it could be much faster than AutoCAD, since AutoCAD poses several problems to users while opening large size DWG files. So not only the interface should be the same, but it should be much faster.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you for adding your feedback. And what I like to call is a truly pain-free experience. So you have a software, it looks exactly the same, it has all the command, but the overall experience should be better than any other. So you rightly added here, Jamal. Thank you so much for the feedback. So I wanted to share something here, just one slide, and then I'll jump to the software. This is a research done by the John Perry Research Organization, JPR, very popular organization. They do a lot of surveys. So this is a quick snapshot that they have done a survey with the CAD user, and they have done the survey for like many users, like 100,000 users. So this is what they came up, that a single file, a single DWG file, the cost is around 28,400. So this is the cost they have came up. So that means the CAD user in one day, they handled a lot of CAD file, the DWG file. So you can see the if you have to convert it into the amount or money, this is what your user are handling. It's only one file. So if they are having 10 file or 15 file, 20 file, imagine the value they are having. Secondly, the professional, the CAD professional, they spend 43% of their time only and only working on the CAD software. Although they have other things to do also, but 43% of time they need of, I mean, they spend their time. And this is even more interesting. The 68% of the people, they are not the CAD user, but they still have to deal with the DWG file in one way or another. So the software has to be very familiar, very fast in order to use for the people who are not a CAD user. And this is interesting, and many users can relate to this one. That a CAD user, they have to spend almost 32% of their time to repair the damaged file. Again, if the software is not stable, it damages the file, and you have to deal with it. And this is the most interesting and most shocking for me also, when I read the study for the very first time, that the CAD users spend 1/3 of their time exploring the DWG file. So when I said exploring, that means open the file, look for the data, and then save it, go to the next file, open it, look for the data, and close it, without adding any single command, no line, offset, remix, and nothing. Just open the file, review, close. Just open the file, review, close, zoom and pan. So that's we call the exploring area. If we are able to save,
to interrupt, Mr. Karan, we have a question in the chat. It says, does your program support cloud storage?
We do support the cloud storage, and I will get into that also. Yeah, definitely yes. we do support the cloud storage.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah. So coming back to this one, that the exploring. So if we can save this 1/3 of the time, or some part of this 1/3 of the time, I think user will be very happy and the management will be very happy, because they have a limited amount of time in the project. So if we can save in any of the area where if we can make the software faster, if we can control the file when it comes to the damage, or if we can save the time on exploring the file, so that the total amount of time saved is a dollar saved. So let's see how we can achieve it. So this is the program which we are talking about right now, the ZWCAD 2023 SP2 is installed on my machine. So first thing first, let's start with the opening of a file. So software looks like, I mean, you can see the software looks like very similar to AutoCAD. You have all the ribbons and tabs and panels. You can switch to the classic whenever you want. And let's see the performance now. So I have many files here. So I have specifically decided to open this file. It is 112 MB of file size. It's a large infrastructure file. And let's see how it opens. So as we speak, the file, which is over 100 MB file, is already open. In AutoCAD, you cannot imagine the amount of time which is going to open the file. So this is what we call exploring, where you spend the 1/3 of the time. Now, what further things we do when we explore the software? We select object, we perform action commands, which is zoom, rotate, or other things. Delete is one of them. and zoom and pan. So these three areas where you have to select a large number of objects, about the response speed about when you perform action commands, and zoom and pan, how frequently you do the zoom pan when you have large number of TTF fonts, which are the window-based font, true type fonts, and large number of hatch pattern. So in all these areas, let's see how it performs and where you actually save the time. So opening and closing, this is how it performs. So this is in front of you live. It's a fraction of second it takes to open the file, close the file, and other areas where you have to, let's say, zoom and pan. Well, I'll open a file. This file is also almost 65, 70 MB file, and it opens in a flash. So this is it's an infrastructure example. Let me zoom in one of the area, and then we'll see. So this is how zoom and pan works, and I hope MS Team connection is very stable. You can see there is no lag, there is no jumpy in this one. When you zoom in and zoom out, it's very smooth. I can see it from my laptop. And another thing, when you zoom way too much into the file, the lines which has some sort of curve, and sometimes line weight and line type gets to disordered. It's a very common behavior with any CAD software. So it saves the time. Now, how do we fix it? With the region command, very popular command with the CAD user. RE is the shortcut. Every CAD user, they know it. And when you just press and enter. So for 65 MB size of file and this big of a file, it takes less than a second, like a millisecond, to perform the action. And if you have to run RE in a large file in AutoCAD, you really have to think, do I need to press RE or not? Because it really takes a good pause and then completes the task. So this is what the area where we are trying to save the time and increase the productivity as per this survey. So let's go to the next one. So this is a selecting object action command. This small bars are basically, the smaller the bar is basically represent the time, and the blue one is our program. So you can see compared to, not only compared to our own previous product, and compared to the AutoCAD, the time, the amount of time is very less in all three segments. And just to add a little bit more technicality into it, in order to run our program, the system requirement, which might be, you are thinking right now that this software is very fast, and then I need a very fast laptop or a very fast workstation to run it. It's actually the opposite. Or it will work perfectly fine on a very minimum entry level workstation, or a desktop, or a laptop, or a working laptop. The one I am using is i7 8GB, very basic laptop. It's just a it's not a performance laptop, and you can use it on a very basic processor. I have tested it on 4GB RAM. It works perfectly fine. Recommended is 8GB because you will have other things loaded in your computer. Outlook is there, and sometimes you use Photoshop and other program also. And hard disk, this is recommended if it's SSD. It makes the overall experience much better when you work in a general environment, because the hard disk is where the data is stored. So when you call the file and you save the file, or do any kind of action which requires the hard disk, SSD performs much better. And any mouse will do. 3D mouse is recommended. And let's talk about the new features here. These new features are basically new in our program. With the service pack 2, we have introduced something called lasso selection. Lasso selection is basically a very interesting type of selection where you can create the irregular selection, and you can choose to have windows, you can choose to have crossing window selection, or a fence selection, and real-time review is also available. So for example, let me just zoom out here. So when you select object, this is the window selection, and this is the crossing window selection. So what happens is, when you select and you drag the cursor, this is the lasso selection, and when you press space bar, it will convert into the fence. So you just draw over the areas that you want to select, and it will select those areas instantly. Sometimes it's not easy to create the window, so it selects the one group, and then you have to select this one, and then select them. So just press and drag, and you can press space bar, and just roll over the item that you want to select roughly, and it will be selected. Very interesting tool to select object, and very popular in the CAD industry nowadays. So we also have this one. You can control it by going into the options, selection area. This is where you can control the lasso here. If you don't feel like using it, you can turn it off from here. And this is one of the new feature. The next area where I have put a lot of effort is the hatch, because hatch is one thing which takes a lot of resources because of the shape and pattern. So in our program, hatch is completely redesigned, and you can see it very fast when it's come to response. You select on it, the live preview you have, when you change the pattern, you can see the change in real time preview, change the scale or angle, add colors. Even when you finish the hatch, just click on the hatch, it will come back, and you can again go back and change the pattern. So it preserves the hatch pattern memory in the program. Just one thing I have to add here: if you are using the ZW Classic, you may not get the tab, because in order to have the tab, you have to be in the ribbon, because it's a Windows-based program. So you need to be having this one. And this is like one of the many enhancement. You can now import PDF. Not only you can import PDF, you can have multiple PDF import in one time. So what I meant by that exactly? Let's go to the insert. So this is the area where we saw initially that you can import variety of file format, or you can choose to have a different file format which you can use it. So let me show you in this one. I have this DGN file. Let's try V8 and some basic settings, and there you go. So this file is basically coming from the microstation, the DGN data. So you can see there is no loss of data. The file opens very smoothly and perfectly. IFC, the BIM data, again, this is something that not many software can handle, but our program is absolutely capable of handling the BIM data as well. It's a very large file, and you can see this opens in a flash. This is the actual BIM data. Let me put it in the hidden so that you can have a better view on this one. So this is how it looks like, and you can spin around. You can see, you will feel this is very smooth when you spin a very large amount of data or a large model in our program. So this is a little bit about the input. Let me close out of it. And now comes the PDF. Now for the PDF, it not only will import the PDF for you, PDF over here. It will ask you where do you want to keep it, what is the basic settings, you all know, and it will convert the PDF from the PDF data to the actual drawing element. So now if you have to check the area, you can do it. If you have to add something into this one, you can do it. If you have to remove or edit anything, you can do it. So it basically will convert the PDF data back to the DWG file format. So think about quantification, think about the proposals. You have much more accurate data when it comes to tendering or submittals, or for any other reason, for modification purpose. So these are the few features which makes our program a little bit unique and a bit interesting to use. Moving on to the cloud storage. Now we are connected with two of the cloud storages as of now. One of them is the Huawei Cloud, and we are the preferred CAD program of Huawei as a company. So if you have any Huawei phone, it is designed in our program called ZWCAD. And the another one is the Baidu Pen. These two cloud storages are natively, and now like you have real-time sync with the program. So as soon as you start a file, if you are connected with any of the cloud storage, it will save the file instantly. I'll show you in a minute over here. So from here you can enable the Huawei Cloud or the Baidu Pen from here, and it will, when you save the file, it will instantly save the file on cloud, and you can log into you can log into any of the web browser or maybe from your mobile, and you can start using it instantly. So Other than that, you might be thinking that where is the Dropbox, where is the Google Drive, and other stuff. As of now, these two cloud storages are connected through the desktop, but I'll show you in a minute that you can use all the cloud storages on the mobile app. We'll cover it in a minute. Let's move to the next one, which is the sheet set manager. If you have ever tried sheet set manager, you already know that how beneficial this single tool is. Although our program is very fast when it comes to the open the file, this way it is much more quicker when it comes to the open the file, modifying fields without opening the file, and you can create, you can send it to plot archive, like, or you have to send it from the PDF or any other reference. Let's open a file so you will have a better understanding of it. I'll say open this one, and I have this one already ready for you. So what will happen is when I click on this one, when I click on the layout, it will call the file and it will open the layout for me. So if I click back to the model space, it has opened the complete file for me. I didn't go to open, I didn't click on network and then project and work in progress and so on, or I didn't go to the file explorer and then click here, click there and open the file. In the sheet set manager, you will load the file once. Of course, a little bit learning is required, which we are happy to help. But once you have the file, just double click and it opens the files in a flash. And not only opening the file, imagine you are working on a project and you have all the files in the sheet set manager. This is the hidden treasure over here, that where you can send the file directly to PDF or to DWF, which is again the submittal's favorite file format. You can create a package by using the e-transmit, that is also available. If you're wondering how do I change the plotter, you can always import the existing page setup from your existing file, and it will decide which printer you want to print out. So this is basically publish command. So it calls the publish command within the sheet set manager. So this one tool will increase the productivity. It will reduce the amount of time that you spend on, again, exploring the file, that you open the file, review and close, open the file, review and close. So this one tool will make a lot of difference. And you really don't need to have the files open. You can close it and the files are still there. So you can switch back to the next file, review, close it, switch file, close it, and so on. So, and you can actually close the sheet set manager. So you can have multiple sheet set managers. For project one, you have one dedicated sheet set manager. For project two, because you handle a lot of project in your day-to-day work, so you can have the multiple sheet set manager. I mean the multiple sheet sets for each project. Amazing tool to work on. If you want to learn more how to set up the entire sheet set manager, let us know. We can have a separate discussion on that. Table is much more optimized. If you know how Excel work, it's pretty much same. You can add and remove columns, rows, change the text height, and interestingly, you can now add an image of your blog into this one, which is very unique and interesting. Now, for example, this is a very simple example of bill of material. Here you can add information. This is wood. The quantity is 4. The price is this one, and so on. And you can actually add some formulas also, that I would like to know what is the cost here. Click here and done, like this one. You can add, remove columns. It will follow the the format for you, and you can go to cell and you can say, okay, add a block here, or you can just right click, go to insert and say block, and you can choose the block from your existing file. And you may have a detail or a profile or a certain profile photo. You can, if you have a block, you can add it in your actual table. So this is the table, and it's completely editable. Anytime you can go back, change, or improve the settings. So this table feature, I know the table feature is very important for almost all the CAD users, and you use it almost every day. So this is optimized as per your requirement. Any questions so far, feel free to add. And meanwhile, I will show you some of the improvements that we have with our latest version. One of them is the file compare. This is not a new tool. This tool was there since 2018, 2019. We keep on adding and improving this feature. Now with this enhancement, if you have large number of complex drawing, that means when you say large number, that means you may have a lot of hatches, you may have a lot of text, you may have a lot of images of your maybe logo or other stuff. It was a little bit slow when you have very large number and a complex drawing, but now we have again optimized the file compare feature for you. So let me show you what actually the file compare feature is, so that you can have an idea. It's good for you that you are getting the most advanced file compare. Very simple example of a floor plan, that you have a floor plan and then you have to send this floor plan for reviewing or for additional designing, maybe ceiling or furniture layout, or it could be anything. The thing is, the task is that you have to compare the two files. So normally how do we do it? We will open the file, select all the files, change the color to gray, maybe convert to block, and then overlay by using the XREF reference command, and then call the file, right? This is the general workflow. But with this new advanced feature, you can use file compare, call the file which you want to compare, and that's it. That's it. So it will directly focus only on the object that has been added in this particular file. So you don't need to worry about anything else because it's all same, and you just focus on the area that you want to discuss. This is amazing too. I'll show you one more example here. It's an example of steel staircase. You have sent for review. This is what you received. Now, structural engineer, they have added a separate profile for more detailing, and something has been changed here. So the total dimension has been changed. This segment has been changed. This has been moved from here to here, this one from here to here, and this one here to here. So it gives you a complete picture if something has changed. And interestingly, you will find even the text. If somebody tries to change the text, you will know the text also has been changed. So nobody can fake you with this tool. Amazing tool to work on. So it will create the auto ref clouds for you for when you are a meeting, easy to focus. And you can see it's all logged. It shows the log. So don't worry about when you discuss that you accidentally spoil the file. So it's all logged. So this is the file compare, which is much more enhanced than the previous one also. If you have, especially if you have large files in this one. So in the one more improvement with the latest version, that we have added few features in the copy command. It's a small enhancement, but it comes handy when you have a scenario like this one, that you have to create a copy like this one. You pick a point and then you say, I need, let's say, 6 copies, but the thing is it should be divided equally, right? So very interesting tool, and these are all individual elements over here. So it's in the copy command, and similarly with every version we keep on adding new features with this one. So this is something about the improvement from the previous one. Okay, now before I jump into the innovation, which is our smart series, if anyone would like to add anything, you're most welcome, or we can wait till the Q&A session also. So let's talk about the smart series now. So smart series are basically the collaboration of tools which makes your day-to-day work a little bit more easy, more interesting, and more productive. Now let's see from the first one, which is the let's open a file from this one, and let's go to smart. Okay. The first one in this series is the smart select. Now smart select, when I say select, you might think about the filter command. The filter command will also help you filter out the object depending on the type and value and other things. But it requires a lot of data in order to use it. Smart Select is very graphical. Now, when I say graphical, that means you can select object on based of layers, color, object type, line weight, and many other. So let's try one of them, which is the layer. So if I click on the door layer here, what's going to happen that it will select everything which is on the this layer, this particular layer. Same goes to the hatch. And if you want to try something different, which is by block quantification, makes very easy. You have 3 of the blocks, you have 3 of the gear. So this is, just one of the tool from many of the tools. Let's try another one on this one. I'll go to tools, and smart mouse is next one in the line, that you can make your mouse even smarter. The right click mouse button will follow these gestures to initiate these commands, which can be customized at any time. So for example, if I scroll up, it's the new tool, and similarly you can change the tools as you like. This is the circle command. You can have trim, extend, offset, line, and into this one. This is the smart mouse. And the next one is the smart voice. Smart voice is basically more like a collaboration tool. For example, if you have to submit this file and there is some comment that you have to add, so you will create a ref cloud and then you will type and so on, right? Instead of that, you can actually use this tool over here. So what is going to, it will record your voice into the file. So I'm going to record something and I'll play back for you. Hi, please review the layout so that we can send you for the submittal. Thank you. Now let me replay it for you. Layout so that we can send you for the submittal. Let's play it quickly one more time. Hi, please review the layout so that we can send you for the submittal. Thank you. So now coming to another the connection over here, that you can use our ZWCAD mobile app to listen to the messages that have been recorded. Now here you can connect up to 12 cloud store provider, like including Dropbox and OneDrive, Google Drive, and you name it. So all those cloud storages are connected with the ZWCAD mobile, and this feature can also be incorporated with the so record the message here and listen to your mobile, or record the message on your mobile and listen back to the desktop. So this collaboration is available with the smart voice and the ZWCAD mobile. One last thing I need to add here, that is the smart plot. Let me close this one over here. Let me close this one over here, and I will show you in a very quick manner. There is a tool called smart plot. Now smart plot basically will help you create temporary layouts even if you have everything on the model space, not on the layouts. So if you have layout, the publish tool, of course we have a publish tool, you can call the file, print it, and so on. Let me close this one. But what if you have in the model space, which happens many times? So for this one, you can use the smart plot. So smart plot, basically in this case, I have a title block, which is the actual block, and I will select the drawing area, and it will look for the similar block and create a temporary layout for you, so that you can print these files from the model space in one shot. Now you might be thinking how I do, select the printer. Of course, it is there. You can use any of the printer paper size depending on the, the paper of your printer, and you can just click on plot. So this is the smart plot feature. So these are the few features which I can cover in this limited time. Call to action, that if you wanted to try, we can provide you the download link of the ZWCAD 2023 SP2 and try it for yourself. That's all from me. Thank you. And Radwan, over to you.
Thank you very much, and wish to see you in the next webinar. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. And if you want to ask about other product that RAM system provided, we can share with you our profile. And please consider us as your partner and consultant to develop your capability internal. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure joining you guys. Thank you, Mr. Engineer Jamal, Mr. Radwan. See you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Mr. Karan. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you for hosting this webinar. Thank you, RAM System. You have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Have a nice day. Bye.